Hey, all right. So I have been wanting to film a video from top-down perspective again for a while. I have a few of those on my earlier channels. Also, if you hear the shower running in the background, that's because my husband is currently taking a shower and getting ready for work. So I'm going to try to make this video quick because he works from home and his desk and my desk are both in our room. So also, if you hear a lot of squeaking, that is the very squeaky wooden chair that I'm sitting in. So I actually tried to film this video like twice yesterday, and I just have a lot of issues with my phone. It's a very old phone. I don't have a lot of storage space on it anymore, so even though I deleted a bunch of things before I tried to film, it just didn't take. So also this little cord is my phone currently plugged in because it dies very quickly. One day I'll get a new phone. Anyway, so I almost wonder if my husband is done. Anyway, so the last video I made, I think I talked a little bit about, oh, and also really quick, this is the first time I'm filming using first time I'm filming a top-down view using like an arm, I think is what they're called. I'm not really sure, but it basically attaches to my desk, and then it has a place for my phone, and it has a ring light attached to it, and this is my first time using a ring light. Before, when I would do these kinds of videos, it was just always very jerry-rigged, and so I finally, like a month ago, got one of these arms because I don't know, I'd been wanting to kind of make videos like this again when I get the, when I get the urge to do it, because I'm not very consistent with my video making. But anyway, I just decided to kind of splurge, I guess, and get one. So in my last video, I talked a little bit about how I was getting ready to go on a writing retreat. I did go on that writing retreat. It was really wonderful. I was there for about 44 hours, so not even a full 2 days, but I did manage to write about 6,500 words and ended up finishing my novella with that 6,500 words at about 15,000 words was what the word count ended up being. Needs a lot of work still, but it was really nice to be able to finish a project because I've always just struggled with finishing what I start and finishing projects, and so it was a really great experience. So I was really glad I got to do that. I definitely think a writing retreat every year, as long as it's in our budget, is definitely something that I think I'm gonna try and do, whether it's just a solo one like this one was, or whether it's a group one like I did back in 2022. So we will see, but it's been really good for me, and it was really good for me. And currently it is NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. I am failing at that. I think I overshot my goal a little bit, which is fine. It gave me kind of, even in just the 13 days that it's been NaNoWriMo at this point, I think I've already seen, what am I trying to say? I feel like it's already given me a better picture of what I can and can't do just in this season of life. And so, so it's fine. And I think that's about it. So, or I guess that's about it with regards to my writing. With regards to my planners, which I have sitting here, in my last video, let me reach over and grab them really quick. In my last video, I did talk about how I was content with kind of using my Hobonichi A6 for my planner, or not my planner, I'm sorry, for like my spiritual journal. And I really did love that, and it had been working for me really well, and I've been using this since May, which was a very long time for me. Same with my Hobonichi Cousin. I don't think I flipped through it in my last video, but I loved using this as a journal. I'd started out using it as a planner too, but it just wasn't really, oh, there's my weight, yay. we're losing a little weight. Not as much as I'd like, but we're on the way. Anyway, so yeah, just kind of, I really loved this. I really loved using this, and I love the paper. I love the feel of it. I do. And then I had started using the Passion Planner weekly as this is the 2023-2024, I think it's Blue Hollow, Celestial Blue Hollow is what this one was called. I started using this as my, kind of like my work planner, so to speak, my project planner and life planner and everything. It was just kind of it was my home and work planner basically for home stuff and writing. However, and both of these, the Hobonichi and the Passion Planner, these are the two planners that I've used. That's the one thing with a ring light is it reflects, but the lighting, it's morning time and I don't have a lot of light right now, so we'll just make do. The one thing, I've used these the longest, right? Like I've used a Passion Planner before and I used it for the longest period of time. I love the paper. I love the feel of a Passion Planner. Hobonichi, this had been my first one that I got back in May, and I loved it from the beginning. So these really were great, but I did find myself really struggling with project planning and goal setting and things like that in these planners. The Passion Planner has a goal setting component to it, but it just is a little bit too broad for me, I guess. And that doesn't, I guess not that it's too broad for me. I just feel like it's hard for me. I'm very out of sight, out of mind. So it's very hard for me, even though there's a thing on each of the, you know, like you can do your game changer goals, what they call it. This doesn't really mean much to me. I just really struggle with keeping it at the forefront, right? With keeping my current project at the forefront. So these just, I don't know, these just weren't working. They were working for a really long time. But this was working great as a journal, my Hobonichi cousin, but then I just felt like I was wasting the planner, the weekly pages. And so I just was kind of at a point where I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I made that video, I kind of started struggling with whether or not it was actually really gonna work. And so then this is Sarah Cannon's, yeah, that ring light is like, I don't like that ring light glare on it, but okay, whatever. So this was Sarah Cannon's HB90. I have purchased this planner every quarter for the year of 2023, and I have failed every quarter to properly use the planner. I have, however, had a lot of success with the system itself, with setting quarterly goals, with using her task block system. I don't actually execute the task block system itself, but I use the goal setting pages and like the task block planning pages to really help me see what I can and can't realistically get done in a quarter. And that is incredible. That has helped me so much. And I have accomplished a lot this year from like a quote unquote business standpoint with regards to my writing. And it's because of this system, Sarah Cannon's HB90 system. It's incredible. I just can't use the planner. And I don't know why. By all accounts and purposes, it's similar to the Hobonichi, right? It's got weekly, monthly. It's specific for writers. I just can't, I can't use it. Once I get, oops, I'm running into stuff. Once I get into, I'm always so excited for the first week, and I really wanted to use this as my everything planner. You can see I had meal planning in it, and I had planned stuff in the first week, and I even did some journaling, and I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Once I get past a certain point, I can't use it, and I don't know why, because I love the system and I would use this on its own. If I could, I just can't for some reason. I don't know why. This cover, by the way, I made this cover. I printed this out at home and then had it bound at a oh look, there's my little Q4 inspiration board. I made this cover though with just the 5mm Scotch laminate. I have one of their laminators, and then this this image right here is my author logo. I'm not at the point yet where I'm really promoting a lot of my work, but I did, like I said, Sarah Cannon stuff. I just started doing some of the more businessy things through this system, and I also did her Publishing Thrive course as well. And one thing that I wanted, you don't have to have this as an author, but one thing that I wanted was an author logo. And my brother designed this for me, and I love it so much. It's very symbolic to me. I write the skull, obviously, I write kind of like weird fiction. And so that, you know, means a lot to me. Also, I'm a big believer in memento mori and remembering our death and just keeping the reality that our lives are finite at the front of our mind. So I have that there. And then the dove obviously represents the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, and Christ conquering over death, hence why it is perched on top of the skull. And then the florals, one, I just like florals. And then two, life comes from death, right? So anyway, I love that. I feel like it really encompasses who I am as an author. And so I really loved that, and I'm really forever grateful for my brother for designing that for me. So anyway, so that's that. I just couldn't get it to work. So then what I decided to do was, hold on, I'm going to take a quick drink of coffee. Excuse me. What I decided to do was, over the course, when I was first starting to kind of debate whether or not my Hobonichi / Passion Planner system was really going to work for me, so I finished my writing program this last year, but I'm still doing some continuing education type courses through them that are a bit more business related. And part of that is having interviews with published authors or indie authors, people in the business, that kind of thing. And we did an interview back in early October with an author named Christopher Ruocchio. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. It's spelled Ruocchio, I believe. So Christopher Ruocchio. And anyway, one of the questions that was asked at the end was what his routine is, like what his writing routine is, what his system is. And he said that he just treats every month as if it were NaNoWriMo, right? He said he's actually never participated in NaNoWriMo, but that he treats every month as if it were NaNoWriMo. And he, you know, gives himself a word count every day for that month. Sometimes it's 1,000, sometimes it's 2,000, sometimes it falls somewhere in the middle. And he just treats each month like it's NaNoWriMo. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And why wouldn't I have ever thought, it sounds so obvious, and why wouldn't I have ever thought to do that before? And I just loved that idea. And that gave me the idea. Well, and then there's a YouTuber, not long after that, there's a YouTuber I watch. Her YouTube channel name is Oh Really Alana. And she just wrote her first novel this year by doing the same thing, by treating the entire summer as if it was NaNoWriMo, as if each month of the summertime, or however many months she was working on her book, as if it was NaNoWriMo. And I just thought that was great. And again, I was like, gosh, 2 people have said this within the last couple of weeks that I've been, you know, debating my planner system. And I'm like, well, maybe this is a good opportunity for me to give this system a try. So I decided that doing it on a monthly basis as opposed to a quarterly or even weekly, just kind of having a monthly project might be a really good idea for me, and just how my brain works. So it reminded me, particularly when I was watching Christopher Ruocchio's interview, or I was involved in that interview, so it was a live interview. Anyway, when I was watching that, I immediately thought of a planner that I'd heard of earlier this year, and I had briefly looked at, but just didn't think it was up my alley. And I immediately remembered it and I was like, that might work for me. And that planner is the Commit30. The reason I thought of this planner for wanting to use it as like a writing project planner, especially if I was going to try to treat every month as if it were NaNoWriMo, is because it is specifically, so it's got your monthly, like, intro layout, I guess, for lack of a better term. Then you've got a monthly goal and this 30-day habit tracker. So you've got a commit, so the idea, commit 30 days. Every 30 days you commit to a new habit or goal or something, right? Challenge, whatever. And I was like, that is perfect, because NaNoWriMo, even the months with 31 days, right? 30 days. This month I commit to, and I was like, I can use this every month for my writing tracker, right? Like my daily writing progress, my daily writing challenge, whatever project I'm working on for that month. Even if it's the same project as last month, the idea is to just be hitting word counts every day, or be hitting a number of scenes every day, or whatever it is. And I can track that here and keep track of my work project right here. You could do the same thing, like you could combine them if you wanted to. I just thought maybe this could be my writing related one, and then this side, which is where you set a monthly goal with like action steps. that I thought this could be like my homemaking goal, right? Like if I'm working on a certain house project or something like that, right? If I want to, clean out, declutter the entire garage or something, right? I can put that here and then write all the things I need to do for that. So that was how I kind of thought I could use this spread. Then you've got your monthly, and then you go into your weeklies, and I need a vertical planner with hourly marks, and this one has that. I don't so much care whether or not there's boxes. This one has the boxes, which is nice. I just don't necessarily need, I'm indifferent towards the boxes, but they're nice to have. But it does have an hourly, thing here. It is just based off of the hour. I do prefer a half-hour one, but this is fine. It still gives me that visual that I need. It's also got space up here. This week I commit to, so you can keep track of your weekly goal, your monthly goal or your weekly goal, however you're deciding to break it down. And I liked that idea that I can keep track of my writing or whatever up here. Down here, there's also these 3 boxes at the end of every day that you can kind of do whatever you want with. So you could do meal planning, you could do word count, you could do exercise related things or whatever you wanted to do. But I was thinking in terms of for wanting to combine work being my writing and homemaking tasks, that this is great for this. I can, if I have a particular cleaning task each day or a meal plan or whatever, although I am thinking about having a meal plan here in the monthly, I haven't entirely decided. So I bought this when it was early October when I was getting this idea to just maybe go into 2024 treating every month like it was NaNoWriMo. I got this when Commit30, because I remembered the planner, I went to the website, and they just so happened to be doing a deal that if you bought the 2024 planner, you could get the 2023 one for free. And so I did that twice because I also decided to do one for my spiritual morning time journal. And so I can do a flip through of these later. I don't know how much time I'm going to have on these videos, on this particular video, and so I don't think I'm going to actually do a full flip through right now of what I've done. Maybe, at least not on my spiritual one, but for this one anyway, I'll just show really quick. I could still use it for 2.5 months, and so I thought it would be for the 2023 one, and I thought it would be a great way to practice a little bit to see if it really would work for me and how I might make it work. And that has proven to be really, really helpful, and I really love using this planner. There aren't a lot of videos out there. There are a few channels I found. There's one called Tuxedo Plans that uses Commit30. There's one called, I believe it's called I Heart to Plan, that uses Commit30 occasionally or fairly regularly. Momster Plans, I think. And then there's one, I think her name is Ashley something. I'm so sorry, I could link it in the bottom. And then there's another one like Moonlight Planning or something. And again, I can link all of those in the bottom or in the little box down below. But they all do Commit30 plan with me's and things like that. Not all the time, but they do them more regularly than other channels I've seen. I haven't found a lot of information on there, so on Commit30, and I really like it. So I might try to add to that noise a little bit. But anyway, so this was kind of my practice one. So like I said, here I did a decluttering, like a housework goal, and then over here I did my writing project. I obviously did not get much done that month on that. I went into my monthly, and then my weekly I just kind of used as a normally weekly. And what I've found with this planner so far is it's the first planner I've had in a very long time where I'm totally okay with it looking messy. And I think that's really good for me because it keeps me, I don't know, it just makes it more functional, I guess. I haven't minded getting it messy, and I love it, and I feel like it's been really good for me. Then we went into November, and I did do a NaNoWriMo related one in my monthly goal. But obviously you can tell I haven't done very well with NaNoWriMo this month, but then I went into my monthly, and then I went into my weeklies, and yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to use it, but honestly, it's been really good. I mean, last week I got a lot of things done on my list, and I'm not usually used to that. I got a lot of things done. I also randomly went to go see the Taylor Swift movie. There you go. But I just feel like I think not worrying so much about making it look pretty has really helped me. I still decorate and have some fun with it, but it's just not my main focus. And that's okay too, because I want most of my creative energy to go towards my writing anyway. So I've just really been, and I decorated a little bit ahead because it was NaNoWriMo, and also just because I was just having fun, and you know. Anyway, so I just think it's my husband. Anyway, so far it's been really, really good, and so I really think that this is going to be what I use in 2024 as my like regular planner, and then also as my spiritual planner. And again, I just don't know, I'm at 20 minutes and I just don't know how much time I'm gonna have, so I don't want to go too long. I'd really love to flip through and do a quick